Hey folks, welcome back to our Rivals of Ixalan full set review, and we're now onto the red card, so let's get some burn, get some aggression happening.
Yeah, let's see what red brings us.
Well, in the spirit of red, let's get straight to it. Blood Sun is our first one.
Oh, wow.
This
Uh,
is 2 in a red for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, okay? And all lands lose all abilities except mana abilities.
this is a huge card, right?
It's a card.
Like, I'm thinking, like, obviously modern and things like that.
Well, I don't know.
No?
No, because I mean, obviously the parallels of Blood Moon, but Blood Moon does this effectively the same, but better because it also kills fixing. The main reason
Yeah.
Blood Moon is playable is because it stops your opponents having them 4-color mana base, which is so easy to do in Modern.
But doesn't this stop fetches?
Yes, except you fetch in response, so any fetches in play still get used. They can't be played after this, but so does Blood Moon.
Okay.
Like this is just not better than Blood Moon, and you don't need more Blood Moons in Modern.
Okay. Okay, I don't play any modern, so I don't know. I thought the killing of, what are they called? Fetches might be enough, but no. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's mean like this doesn't stop fetches any more than Blood Moon already does.
Okay, I see what you mean. Because even like instead of that means they get the red mana with
Yes.
Blood Moon, but that doesn't really matter. Is that what you're saying?
Well, in this case, it only loses mana, non-mana abilities. So Blood Moon stops the fixing. So Blood Moon's great against Death Shadow aggro, for example, because it's a 4-color deck that relies on having all its different colors. You can drop a Blood Moon on them, and they can't cast anything. All this
Okay.
does is stop extra abilities. So it's good against all the lands in Standard, and if some of those lands become really important in Standard, then this might get in.
Okay.
Because it stops the legendary lands from having their extra ability.
Like as counter and that.
Yeah, so the ones that like return creatures to the battlefield and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I just don't see it being all that important.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it's
And
exciting.
definitely not good in limited.
Maybe if they have one of those enchantments that flips, it might be worth running.
Yeah, if they have the ones that have those extra abilities, so the black-white one, the green-blue one, and the green-black one. The others all make mana, so as their extra ability.
Oh, the red-white one.
Oh, the
doesn't.
red-white one, sorry, yes, the red one. So
Yeah.
some of those enchantments.
Yeah. Yeah. So against those specifically.
Yeah, a sideboard at best.
Yeah. Get their evolving wilds.
Alright. Bombard. 3 in a red, instant, deal 4 damage to a creature. Quality red removal, right?
Nowadays, yeah, this is pretty good, and you're gonna pick it high.
Yeah, it's going to kill most of the things. So
Yeah, not many things have 5 toughness unless you're talking about like the real big stuff.
yeah,
So this is gonna kill 90% of creatures, and in most most decks, you're gonna kill all of the creatures with this thing.
yeah. Instant's really good too. You can use it in combination with creatures and stuff like that if you have to.
Yeah.
Alright, what do we got here?
Brass's Bounty, 6 and a red for a sorcery. Each land you control, for each land you control, create a colorless treasure artifact token with, you know what it does. This is gonna get you a send.
Yes, it will.
That's about it.
7 mana to double your mana. In limited's not that important, I wouldn't think.
No, I don't think this goes anywhere, does it?
Not really. Big mana decks in EDH maybe, but not super important overall.
No, they've got that green one that gets lands. That's better.
We'll keep moving to a Brazen Freebooter. This is a 4 mana 3/3 that comes with a treasure. So again, if you're trying to ramp up, but it's just filler mostly.
Yeah, no. Next. Buccaneers Bravado. 1 in a red for an instant, and you choose one. The target creature gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn, or target pirate gets +1/+1 and gains double strike until end of turn. That's a scary card.
Yeah, for a common, this is the red combat trick of choice. Certainly going to do some damage.
Yeah, this is going to be real good. It's going to finish games. Double strike at instant speed is a really scary thought.
Yeah, for sure, putting it on a big sort of creature, some sort of pirate. But
Yeah.
even just the +1/+1 first strike is going to win combat.
Yep, that's true. Yep,
Cool card.
good card.
Next we have the Charging Tuscadon. Really? Tuscadon? It's a 5 mana 4/4 with trample. But if it would deal combat damage to a player, it deals double that damage to that player instead. So if you don't block this, it's going to hit you for 8.
Yes, that's brutal.
I kind of like this.
Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, this is a high pick.
It's not a pirate, but if you could give it double strike, it would deal 16.
Yeah, that's crazy. And with trample as well. So if they block with their 2/2, they take 4.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. It looks like a turkey. I can't stop looking at the picture. It looks like a turkey.
It's a tusked
with the
turkey.
beak there. Yeah. Crazy. All right.
Cool
Yeah, it's
card.
good.
Yeah, I
Pick
think you pick this early if you want it to be in a dinosaur deck.
Oh, I'd put it in any red deck. The top of any red deck. I'd play that card.
So next up we have the Daring Buccaneer. So this is what might get pirates well into standard. It's a 2/2 for a single red, which is just good value. Is an additional cost. You have to either reveal a pirate or pay 2. So part of that whole cycle that we've seen so far. But 1 mana 2/2s are really what make aggressive red decks shine. So if you can make pirates into standard, this is what's going to do it.
Yeah. I think so. We'll have to wait and see what color it gets paired with as well. Probably black for being really aggressive. Yeah, this should get there if pirates are a thing.
Are you putting this into draft? I mean, only if you're in heavy pirates, yeah, like aggressive.
I'd have to have like 10
pirates.
plus, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be good because you're not paying 3 for this. 3 mana 2/2 is just not good enough.
No, it's not.
All right, what do we got next?
Dire Fleet Daredevil. 1 and a red for a 2/1 human pirate with first strike. And when Dire Fleet Daredevil enters the battlefield, exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast that card this turn, and if you spend mana you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast the spell. If that card would be put into a graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So it's kind of a Snapcaster Mage for your opponent's graveyard, but it doesn't have flash. And I don't know.
And the stats are
fine,
good.
right? Yeah.
So just straight up, 2 mana 2/1 first strike is good stats. Not great, but good. And the ability to steal your opponent's removal spell, maybe? Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're playing this in limited in every red deck that you have, but I don't think
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
for
to
sure.
take it super early. It's not necessarily a first pick.
Yeah, not necessarily, but it's a good card. So good early, good late, good in the middle. Yeah, you're always. I don't know. I think I would first pick it.
I think I'm going to have a look. I'm not going to slam it. I'm going to have a look through the pack and be like, is there something better? No,
Maybe a
I can't
Chupacabra.
take that. Chupacabra I'm going to take over this. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Other proper removal spells I'm going to take over this. But
Yeah, it's still a good card though.
yeah, very good.
Do you think there's potential for this in older formats?
I was considering that. I'm thinking, I don't think Modern necessarily needs Snapcaster 5 and 6 for your opponent's graveyard. So
It's too risky,
it's
isn't
going to
it?
get there.
Yeah.
Relying on your opponent's graveyard is too much, I think.
Okay, fair enough. Cool card though. Oh, this is, I think, my favorite art of the set. So I have to talk about it. Italy Primal Storm. 4 red for a 6/6 legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. Whenever Italy Primal Storm attacks, exile the top card from each player's library. You may cast any number of non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. So that's a really cool card.
Yeah, and you would expect at least 3/4 of the time to get a spell, off the attack. So 6 mana 6/6 is fine. When it attacks, get a free spell. That seems good to me.
Yeah, for sure. That seems really good. You may cast any number. Yeah. So I was just seeing if it was, do you have to cast it right then?
Yes.
Or do you get to do them at some time you turn? You have to cast it straight away.
Yes, you have to cast it then. Timing restrictions won't apply, so you can cast any spells, but you have to cast them as that ability is resolving.
Yeah. And my god, look at the artwork for that thing. That is amazing. That looks like a promo for like a, what is it, a Jurassic Park movie or something.
Yeah.
That looks so sick.
Yeah, it's a good way to get Zatalpa into play. So instead of playing 9 mana for your giant white dinosaur, just flip it off the top and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
Really, really cool. I love this card. Just because of the artwork, really. But yeah.
Alright, yeah, so first pick that because it's so much fun.
Yep.
Next we have a Fanatical Firebrands as a 1 mana 1/1 with haste, and you can sack it to ping something, which is pretty poor, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll play this like as a sideboard card if I see my opponent's got a lot of targets to kill with the 1 damage, but otherwise.
Haste is nice. You may even use it to enrage if you really want to enrage stuff. But...
Yeah, you're giving up a whole card just to enrage, though. I don't really like that.
Well, you get it down early and maybe hit them once or twice, and then you sack it off to enrage if you've got a good enrage thing.
Sure.
The Forerunner of the Empire is our next Forerunner.
Oh, that art. See the dinosaur in the background. That sort of snuck up on me, that one. That's cool. 3 and a red for a 1/3. Ooh, the stats aren't good on this one. When Forerunner of the Empire enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, and then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. Whenever a dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Forerunner of the Empire deal 1 damage to each creature. So this is a good way to get your enrage down.
Yeah.
And you're obviously going to search for something that gets the trigger off the enrage. So, I mean, this could be good. The stats are really bad, though, for 4 mana.
Yeah, the 4 mana 1/3 is tough. I think it's worth playing if you're trying to trigger enrage on your dinosaurs. If you've just got dinosaurs that don't worry about enrage too much, that's fine. But if you've got a couple of really nice enraged dinosaurs, and there are a few really good ones,
yeah,
this is one that I would be putting in.
Yeah, I think so as well. Again, because the dinosaurs as well are just so big and so powerful that being able to search one out is pretty important and just going to be really good. And I guess that's why the stats are not great on the card itself.
Yeah, I like this one, but it's going to be one of those, I am now in a good dinosaur deck, so I will take this sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Form of the Dinosaur is following the line of similar to Form of the Dragon. It's a previous red enchantment. It's 6 mana for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, your life total becomes 15. At the beginning of your upkeep, Form of the Dinosaur deals 15 damage to target creature an opponent controls, and that creature punches you. So basically, you fight.
I'm not sure what to think of this. It's got to be good, right?
6 mana. If you're low on life total, it gets you back up, but probably ignore that first part about setting your life total to 15.
Yeah.
You kill something, take damage from it. The bigger the thing is you're killing, the more damage you're going to take.
Well, if you're not killing it, then you're dying to it anyway.
True. I guess, yeah, would you pay life to kill a creature sort of thing is what you're going with.
Yeah, the problem is you're forced to do it.
Yeah, it's non-optional, so if your opponent can keep playing creatures, it can be problematic.
It's got to be good though, right? Like, you're killing their creatures for life, and you can just hit them, you know? It's got to be good.
I think it's a good card to have in play. I think 6 mana for this enchantment could be problematic, because 6 mana set your life total to 15.
Yeah.
I think it's good enough. I think it's probably good enough to play. In a non-aggressive deck, in your red-green big things deck, I can see playing this.
Yeah, I think so. I like it. I'm going to try it at least.
Yeah,
so,
gonna give it a go.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's also got cool art. a dude, so
Yeah.
becoming a dinosaur. Alright, some kind of death spitter.
A frilled Death Spitter. It looks like he's got a little hat on there. 2 and a red for a 3/2 dinosaur with Enrage. When it's dealt damage, it deals 2 damage to target opponent. So that's good for an aggressive red deck.
Yeah, sure. I mean, pretty happy to trade this off and hit for 2.
Yep,
So
that's good value.
it's good common.
Yep.
The Goblin Trailblazer. This is also a good common. 2 mana, 2/1 menace. So hard to block.
Yeah, this is a common now.
Apparently.
Has that always been 2 mana, 2/1 menaces? Have we had that before?
No, I don't think so.
This seems good.
Yeah, I mean, we've had 3 mana, 3/2 menace.
Yep,
is the-
and that was good.
which is good. And I always like menace because it plays so well with combat tricks, because they have to double block to kill it, so you can often get them with either a 2 for 2 or even a 2 for 1 sometimes.
Yeah, sure, strike this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, really sweet with the Goblin Trailblazers. So yeah, going to play that in my aggressive red decks as well.
Yeah, cool.
Unfortunately, it doesn't trigger the red-white legendary enchantment though, because menace wasn't one of the keywords.
Oh,
I
damn.
have to work on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mutiny, this is a cool card. 1 red for a sorcery. Target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to another target creature that player controls. So I don't think this is very good. You're pretty much killing the second best creature, right?
Yeah.
So you can get a 2 for 1 off this, but I don't think it's going to be that likely. Oh, it's not, is it?
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So no, I don't really like this very
Yeah,
much.
it's just A punches B. Now you can orchestrate 2 for 1s where you attack in, some damage happens, and then you get one to punch another afterwards.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know, it's awkward. I think I want to play it in red because it's an interesting way to kill stuff.
It's interesting. It's just that they need to have 2 creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and you're
it
getting
is
the
somewhat
worst one.
restricted.
Yeah.
But not too bad. I don't think you need a lot of this. I'll play
Yeah.
one, but
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to try it.
the next we have is a Needletooth Raptor. This is a 4 mana 2/2. That's pretty bad. Its enrages whenever it is dealt damage, it deals 5 damage to a creature an opponent controls.
That's good.
So this can take out 7 toughness by itself on a block. So yeah,
Or not. Yeah. This is cool. I really like this card.
it's good. And I mean, if you ever get to trigger that more than once, like if it doesn't die the first time you trigger your enrage, that's going to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, for sure. This is something I'll go search up from my my tutor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Needletooth Raptor is a tricky one to use well, but I think it's definitely worth the effort.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Vanilla creature, 4 mana 3/4.
Good stats for the cost, but ultimately pretty boring.
Yeah, dull but useful.
Yep.
Okay.
Pirate's Pillage, 3 and a red for sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Pirate's Pillage, discard a card, and draw 2 cards and create 2 colorless treasure artifact tokens with add mana to your mana pool by sacking it. So this is what was the memory one? The one in a red? I forget. Tormenting Voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it costs 2 extra and you get 2 mana. So doesn't seem very good.
I don't know, because this is setting you up for 6 mana on turn 5. You draw 2 cards, so you can get rid of an extra land or something, hopefully draw something big. I think I want to play one of these in my big red decks, like a red-green sort of deck. Because it's going to get you to those big dinosaurs.
Because it ramps you.
It ramps you and it finds the dinosaur. So if you don't have a dinosaur, if you just got lands, you chuck a land away, get it. If you don't have enough land yet, you chuck away a little crit card to get the mana that you need.
Yeah.
So I think this is a nice little fixing. It'll fix whatever ails you, basically.
It costs 4 though. That's the problem. Like you're never gonna be not have enough mana because you're gonna have 6 at the end of it. I guess yeah. I don't know. It just costs a lot for that ability. I think
It does.
that's the only thing that's getting me.
And if we've got this slower format that we keep looking for, this is going to be an important way to get through it.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Oh, and it also
Helps
gives
ascend.
you ascend, yeah.
Alright, Reckless Rage. So this is kind of like Char for creatures. This is 1 mana instant, deal 4 damage to a creature you don't control, and 2 damage to a creature that you do control.
This is interesting because it can help you with enrage and get rid of a big creature your opponent controls, but you could end up just 2-for-1ing yourself, or not even being able to cast it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have 2 targets, which is really awkward. Char was always good because you could go to the face or to a creature, and it just dealt 2 damage to you, so it didn't really matter if you had nothing on board.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an important card in the format, though. You should have a creature of your own to target.
Yep.
So,
I think this is going to be really good overall. Just, you have to be careful with it, that's all.
yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Red Mythic.
Beautiful card. Rekindling Phoenix. 2 red for a 4/3 flying Phoenix. And when it dies, create a 0/1 red elemental creature token with, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature and return target card named Rekindling Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. So I really like this card. Because it's just value.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is going to help trigger your raid constantly. It's going to be really hard to kill because you have to kill it twice.
Yep.
Within a turn cycle. It's a really good blocker because you block on an incoming attack and then it comes straight back the next turn.
Yep. And the other thing for that, I guess, in terms of that, the removal that's going to be good against this is sort of like your claustrophobia. I can't remember what it's called.
Yep.
Or your pacifisms is going to be better than your chupacabras or that other slaying card. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you want I think it was Water Knot was the claustrophobia.
Water Knot. That's it.
And pacifism and stuff like that. So that's the way you deal with this rather than actually trying to kill it. The other thing is if you have any unsummon effects, also really good to get rid of the elemental token. Because that's another way to get rid of it.
But even then, like when you're saying that, that's a 2-for-1 for this card. So this card's really, really good. I'm windmill slamming this card every time.
Yeah, very, very good card. Make sure you take it.
Yeah, so cool.
Sea Red is a 2 mana enchantment, 1 and a red, to give a creature +2/+1 and first strike. However, at the beginning of your end step, if you didn't attack with a creature this turn, you have to sacrifice. So it doesn't make you attack, but it kind of does.
Yeah, but you get +2 power and first strike, so you're probably fine attacking.
Yeah, definitely. As I say, that's enough of a stat boost that you're probably wanting to attack all of the time.
Yeah. Again, it is still an aura, and I'm still a bit wary of them, but this one can push through a lot of damage if your opponent can't do anything about it.
So basically, the general rule with auras is if your opponent has a decent amount of removal, then you probably want to pull them out of your deck, but you can probably start the main deck these days.
Yep, because the removal is just so expensive.
Shake
Whoa. Yeah, 2 and a red for an instant. It deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Draw a card. So this is just a way to enrage your dinosaurs, I guess, and get your card back. I'm not a big fan of this.
I think the fact that it says draw a card might make it worthwhile. Again, is it in the dinosaur deck? Is it with enraging dinosaurs? I'm not taking this early, but I would like to play this in my enrageable dinosaurs deck.
Yeah, for sure. And it is a good sideboard card against, vampires or some of the merfolk that have low toughness. So, and the pirates as well. Some of them have 1 toughness. So, this is going to be a really good sideboard card, and sometimes you'll main deck it for your enrage if you've got good targets.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
It's going to be smart about using these cards, I guess. You can't just go, I'm going to put Shake the Foundations in my red deck. There has to be a reason.
Yeah, I mean, people say it's free because you draw a card, but 3 mana's, I mean, it's a whole turn up until the very late game, so you can't just do this for no reason.
Next up we have good old Shatter, 2 mana instant destroy an artifact. not that many artifacts you need to worry about in this set, so not that big a deal.
No.
Next we have the Silver-clad Ferocidons. This is a 7 mana 8/5. It has Enrage, which says whenever it's dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent, but it's 7 mana.
It's an 8/5.
It is, and it's probably going to be able to enrage more than once.
Probably.
But at 7 mana, the sacrifice a permanent, your opponent's probably just sacking a land. Even if you can trigger that.
Yeah, but they're also chump blocking when they do that.
Maybe.
Keep them off Ascend.
Keep them off Ascend, absolutely. I mean, by itself, it's 7 mana plus this 8 permanents. You're pretty close to Ascend already. If you
Yeah, but
can't
your
ascend
opponent
at
has to
this point-
sacrifice stuff.
If you haven't ascended by now, you're never going to ascend.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not going to first pick this card unless my pack is pretty weak. It's
Yeah,
just
the
too
ramp
much mana.
dinosaur deck wants it. It's going to be good in sealed, I think, because usually I think that's going to be pretty slow.
Yeah, I can see that. And it is each opponent, so 2HG, it's still relevant. Both players have to sacrifice things.
Yep.
Alright, what do we got?
Stampeding Horncrest. 4 and a red for a 4/4 dinosaur at common. It has haste as long as you control another dinosaur.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. 5
Decent.
mana is rough spot, but you might get there for this.
We have a Stormfleet Swashbuckler next. So here's another Ascend. It's a 2/2, so that's fine. It has double strike if you get to Ascend. So it makes it relevant late, I guess.
Yeah.
Double striking 2/2 is not too bad late in the game, and it's fine early.
Yeah, it's a fine card. I'm not picking it too highly, but it will be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I just see it as a 2/2 for 2.
Yeah, if you need 2 drops, then you'll play it, but I don't see it anywhere else.
Yeah. Sun-Collared Raptor. This is our artwork here. 1 and a red for a 1/2 dinosaur. It has trample, bit weird, but the ability 2 and a red, Sun-Collared Raptor gets +3/+0 until end of turn. So you can jam some mana into this and deal a lot of damage to your opponent with trample.
Yeah, 4/2 trample is no joke, and later in the game you're getting up to 7, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full 10.
Yeah, I mean that's 3 activations. You've got to send at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fine little card. I don't know if I'm going to pick it too highly.
Nah, neither.
2 mana 1/2 is just not really enough.
Nah.
We have a Swaggering Corsair.
Yep.
Fine-looking gentleman. He's a 3 mana 2/2. It has raid, so it can be a 3 mana 3/3 if you raided, which in this deck you probably should have.
Yep. I think that's going to be pretty good.
Solid common.
Yeah,
3 mana
so-
3/3 is just good value.
I'm going to be sad if I don't get the raid off, but, you know, get your deck working right and you'll be fine.
Yeah. What's next?
Tillanali's Crown. 1 and a red for an aura to enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to enchanted creature. Okay, so there's an enrage thing. And then the enchanted creature gets +3/+0 and trample. Wow, that's full on.
Yeah. I mean, they're really pushing this enrage stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's an aura, so I'm already kind of don't want to play it. And usually the big creatures are good enough by themselves. It's kind of an awkward card. Depends how much you want it, I guess, the enrage trigger.
And giving trample to some of your big dudes can really end the game, so...
That's true. That's true. If it doesn't have trample already, then yeah, it's going to be good.
Certainly, Enrage, I think, it's starting to feel like it's going to be more relevant, because there are multiple ways to reliably trigger Enrage if you want them.
Yeah, yeah.
And only one deck at the table is likely to want them, so you should be able to pick them up late.
Yeah, that's true.
We have Tilonali's Summoner. This is a 2 mana 1/1 with Ascend. When it attacks, you may pay X and a red if you do create X/1/1 elemental creatures tapped and attacking at the beginning of the next end step. Exile them unless you have the City's Blessing.
I don't know how much I like this card. It seems good.
It's kind of like a Fireball.
Yeah.
that you have to wait a turn to get to a swing with. The other thing with this, I guess, is it's not great early, but middle of the game, you've got 5 or 6 mana around. It's going to be really easy to get that Ascender. Like, that's one of the easiest, because it fuels itself.
Because it makes permanence. Yes. That's a good point.
So if you can make 4 or 5 dudes off of this, you're going to get that Ascend, which means even if you lose the Summoner, you're going to keep any 1/1s that survive.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. I like it. Yeah, I like it that you say that. Okay. So yeah, this is the one that gets you to Ascend. I like it.
So yeah, I think I'm going to have to pick this early and give it a try, because it looks like it could do some really interesting things.
Yeah, I think so too. Looks pretty cool, and yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Might try some other Ascend cards if I've got this as well.
Yeah. I mean, it only has to sneak in once or twice for you to get some good damage off it. So.
Yeah.
And that's it. Our last card
Ooh.
for red. Red doing its usual aggressive thing. Lots of attacking cards and lots of enraging dinosaurs.
Yeah, a lot of Enrage. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because Enrage wasn't that big of a factor before, but it might be now.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable your control deck is looking anymore. The late game grind decks with all the aggressive stuff.
We got this.
We got this.
Bounce and kill stuff. We got it.
Alright, well, we've seen all the Enrage enablers. Next up, we're going to see the green cards with all of the enraging dinosaurs, so catch up with us in a few minutes.
Yep, see you then.